Next up, we will hear the first amazing customer story of the day. We will hear Vinted's unicorn story. In 2019, Vinted became Lithuania's first unicorn, and well, they have revolutionized the field of second-hand shopping. And well, Vinted manages, for example, 15 different international markets within NetSuite. And well, I would like to know more about what you are managing in NetSuite as well. So let's welcome to the stage Marija Buivydaite, Vinted Senior Director of Finance, and Indrė Andruškevičiūtė, Vinted NetSuite System Project Analyst. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, Staria, for having us. We flew all the way from Lithuania, from snowy Vilnius. I am Marija. I am a Senior Director of Finance, and I have my colleague today with me.
So, hey, I'm Indrė. I'm NetSuite Project Analyst at Vinted.
So today we are here to share with you a glimpse of reality and struggles, as well as lessons of Vinted finance team. So they mentioned that we are a unicorn, but actually we are 3.5 billion euro company. We just finished our F round this spring with the EQT partners, and yeah, so we are like 3 times a unicorn now. So I will tell you a little bit more about Vinted finance team and how it evolved, what it meant to be in the early stages of finance. Then Indrė will continue with telling you more about NetSuite, why we chose NetSuite, where NetSuite is now within the company, what it means working with Staria, and I will close with telling you a little bit more what's the current status of the finance team and what is our goal for the future. So let's begin. So I've been with the company for 7 years, and since when I joined the company, financial metrics were useless at the company. What I mean with this, I chose this picture. This is our CFO giving a keynote speech at the conference. Is that when I joined the company was had already done A and B rounds, and they had no monthly end closing, no financial statements were really of interest to venture capitalists. They based their decisions mainly on the product metrics. So when I joined the company, it was one-woman band, as I say. I thought I'm going to join the startup, which is like kind of an easygoing company where I will be able to enjoy the startup life. But the reality was a little bit different. So I was a team of 1, working with 7 outsourced accounting companies in 7 different jurisdictions, because at that time we had like a group of 7 companies. So meaning to consolidate all the reports from the boutique companies within each jurisdiction was a nightmare. So when I joined the company, there were no monthly end closing. We just started to do the group audit. So when I was onboarded, like a week after, CFO came to me and said, like, okay, so how is the audit going? And I was freaking out. What do you mean? I have 0 clue what it is. So yeah, it took averagely like 9 to 10 months to do an audit for me, for the group. And yeah, after I joined, we did the C round. So this was the first round where the venture capitalists actually asked for the audited accounts. They wanted to see the financials. So we already got the feeling that the financial metrics are more and more important. So going forward, the team evolved a little bit. I hired my first employee. The finance and legal team, we were like a 1 unit, but we were still a small team, and we still were working with outsourced accountants. We started prepping for the monthly end closing. We still were not using the one system within finance, and so we kind of prepping the product information for accountants to book on a monthly basis, so they can start keeping kind of the monthly rhythm. and we were still struggling with audit timelines. We did close the books in 5 months, and it was a big achievement, big celebration for the team. But however, the next year we again fell into like 9 to 10 months closing. And anyway, we did the D and E rounds with the team in survival mode, as I say. But the D round was actually a life-changing round for us, because after the D round, I got a green light from the CFO to start looking for the ERP solution that we could implement. And then I started looking for the partners who could help us to do and go through this journey together. And so Indrė will continue why we chose NetSuite.
Yeah, so as Marija mentioned, we were using 7 different accounting systems, which we had to consolidate in Excel, actually. So it wasn't the ideal situation, and that's why we needed one system, one ERP solution to do that. We needed to have a system where we could access it whenever we needed it, wherever we needed it. That's why I decided that cloud-based solution was a better choice for us. And after evaluating possible Vinted growth, our perspectives, the functionalities that the company might need from the system, it was decided to move with NetSuite. And then Marija actually started searching for consultants who could help us integrate the system, and that's how we found Staria. And one of the main, well, maybe not main, but one of the huge benefits that we received from Staria was to have an expert on site. So it was Vilgailė who helped us, who trained us, and shown us all the tips and tricks, how the system works. She helped us customize the system and just started from basic NetSuite functions to what we have now. So you can actually go to the next slide. And here you can see where NetSuite is now from the very beginning. So the beginning was at the end of 2018 when we started working with Staria, and now we're actually using quite a few of their custom solutions. So some of them are like Lithuanian localization, which assist us in being compliant with tax regulations. The same goes for Polish localization. We're actually continue working on all of this, and Staria helps us get more and more compliant with the new regulations here. We're using the, once again, native Staria solution Inflow, which helped us deal with the massive amounts of vendor bills. We're using the scanning solutions. We're also using the approval matrix, which Info helps us with. We're built quite complex approval matrices where we not only are able to be compliant with the 4I principle, but we're able to include our business side people and employees, and we're able to have all the approvals in one system and provide all the necessary information when we need it. So apart from that, we are also using the fast forward reconciliation. We're making we're using electronic bank payments from NetSuite. We started integrating such tools as monthly closing tool. We're integrating our legal contracting tool. In the nearest future, we're planning to integrate our HR system, our treasury tool, also an employee expense tool, and many others such as budgeting tool, treasury, and etc. So that wouldn't happen if we didn't have a very great support from our Staria team. So we want to thank them because we have a very good cooperation with the team, and they are helping us not only by sharing their knowledge, but their experience, and we wouldn't be able to choose some of the solutions or the tools if it's not for them. So we're very happy that when Vinted is growing so rapidly, they're able to support us in all of this growth. So thanks for that.
Yeah, and it's really good to have these partners next to us, to know that they will be able to support us. So when I showed you the picture that I was the only one taking care of the financial statements at Vinted, so now I have a team of 60 people. So this was a rapid growth after the unicorn round that we did. And so we actually now have an accounting team in-house. So we decided to go with the in-house accounting team because not all the outsourced accountants were willing to work with NetSuite, and we were then trying to find a solution that would be best for us. So I think the having accounting in-house was really a good solution for us. So now we are in the rhythm of doing the monthly closing, and this is thanks to Staria and NetSuite for sure, having everything in one pre-agreed format, and it makes much more easy to provide the information to the management. And now our audit timeline is 3 months. We did it in 3 months this year. We're going to do it next year. So this is going to be our goal for the future as well. And as Indrė mentioned, we are implementing multiple tools. I am a true believer in utilizing tools as early as possible, because they make the work easier and more efficient for people who work with it. And yeah, and F round, the last round that we did in spring, the 3.5 billion round that we did in spring was a good milestone and evaluation for the finance team, because it was when we were working on the financial due diligence, it was done in a really quick time. So at least from my experience, it would take months or like a month and a half to answer all the questions, to provide information to the venture capitalists. And in the F round, we received the questionnaire, and it took 2 weeks, even less, until the final email was exchanged with the partners who did the due diligence on us. And lastly, the partners who did, like the big 4 partners who did the due diligence on us, wrote to the venture capitalists that they were really impressed by the team, by the answers we provided, information we provided. And so I think that having NetSuite, having the one system was a really game changer for us in this sense. Because the unicorn round was done not necessarily with NetSuite, and it was a nightmare for the financial team to prepare all the monthly numbers, and E-round was an easy breezy. So yeah, and for the future, this is a big team of finance and legal, and for the future, as I say, we aim to be world-class professionals, and yeah, and let's see what the future has next for us in the future. So thank you for your attention, and have a good day.